Hi again. This is my number three out of 5 that I'm doing myself. So I've settled on this property, but I'm yet to start on the auxiliary home. Got contracts done with the builder, all in train. We'll be complete within the next 85 days. So, but this one unique in as much as I feel I've probably paid a little bit over the odds in the first instance, and this is where I then come back and work the numbers to see whether or not it's worthwhile doing. Again, take the emotion out, look at it very clinically. So they're originally asking for offers over 440, long way over the market, too much work to do to the house. My role as a buyer's agent in this particular case is to identify all the reasons why when I deal with the vendor's agent, to soften them up on approaching the vendor about being realistic about what the home is really worth. In my research, I found out what they'd pay for it. I knew it had been rented for 12 years. I knew exactly when it had been put on the market and how long it had been on the market. So, I've gone in with my eyes open. I know that I've got a good chance of getting a correct outcome. My first offer was $375, a long way from where they were, but because I've approached it the right way and I'm reasonable, like I'm not a heavy hitter, and just matter of fact, these are the reasons. So that common sense approach, toing and froing, eventually we agree on a price of $405. Now in my head, I'm paying too much. I felt the property is worth $390. So the next phase of what I do as a buyer's agent then is to then work the numbers and to see whether or not it's still worth proceeding at $405. Now the rental assessment as it was, high set, 3 bedroom, 1 bathroom, dated, needing a facelift in sight, was between $390 and $410. So we'll say $400. It's the even money. And that's 5% return, which is standard for a standard house. 15 in purchase costs. Now I know with this house that I can build in underneath. This is one of the reasons that drove me to stay with this place, because I know that there's plumbing downstairs and I can create another ensuite and I can create another bedroom downstairs. So I'm turning a 3 bedroom, 1 bathroom house into 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. A broader market, it attracts a higher rent. So downstairs I spent $14,000 I should say. Now I have spent, that is complete. This one's about to go on the market because it's nearly ready. This one to rent. So $14,000. It's finished. Floor coverings, tiled, ensuite. Looks really nice. Upstairs I spent $7,000. Now, rather than recarpet, I did the polished timber floors for a couple of grand. I replaced the kitchen bench. The kitchen bench was a bright canary yellow from the 80s. I put a modern coloured bench in there, so it just made it look a lot more modern. Window furnishings, robe was missing from one of the bedrooms, and fans. So I spent $7 grand doing that. So my total spend is $441, but I now get $485 a week. So whereas I think I'm paying $15,000 too much, my extra $85 a week, it's roughly about it's nearly a 25% return on my money. I've got my money back in 4 years. It's a no-brainer. Even though I feel I'm paying too much, the rental return that I'm going to get on it makes it work. So big tick, yes, I buy it and I proceed at $405. The auxiliary home, this is in a high density area, so I don't have to worry about jumping through extra hoops with the council. The 60 square metre one house that I like, my favourite design, including the carports, 105. I've got $5 grand for landscaping, driveway and stuff. Fencing off the back to give privacy to both homes is $2 grand. Fit out inside is $2,000. It's not quite that, but anyway, I'll round up the numbers. So that's a dishwasher and nice curtains, and the council fees in Redlands are $3. So my total spend is $117. And for $117, I'll get $350 a week for that place. So I've now got a total rental of $835 a week. This is a good one because I'm thinking I've paid too much. The numbers tell me it's fine. So $835 a week, or $350 against that. That's about a 15-16% return on that. The key to this, having two properties on the one block of land, is you only pay for the land once. And so your yields are significantly higher, because when you buy property, the biggest portion of the purchase price is the value of the land. What I'm doing here is paying for the land once, not twice. So that's why I'll never subdivide either, because it costs 80 odd grand to subdivide. Then I've got a land cost for the second block, so it makes no sense to do that. So let's look at the numbers on this. My 485 gives me 25,220. My 350 gives me 18,200. So I've got a gross rental income on this place of 43,420. 43,420. Rates, insurance, rental management nets us back to 37. I'll find it. 37,164. So say 37,000. This as a return on the yield, just a yield on the income only, 7.7% gross. That's very good. Net, by 37,000, 6.6. So again, I talk about the numbers working. Makes sense. I've got 37,000 net rental income on this place in a 12 month, and look, that's providing it's rented 100% of the time. I've owned rental properties for many years. In theory, you should allow a vacancy rate, but I've always been commercial. I don't ask too much for the property, and I certainly listen to what the property managers tell me. But rental demand in the Bayside suburbs and Logan is quite strong. So I'll just talk gross figures, discounting it 2 weeks or 4 weeks vacancy. Well, it's 37's 35, big deal. So I just work on that. Now, if I were to borrow the money, I don't. I'm in a fortunate position I can pay cash for these. But if I were to borrow, the 2 amounts is 558. So you look at that. Normally you'd be expecting around 550. I'm 835. I'm a couple $100 a week more. But if I were to borrow the money, borrow 558 at 4%. And again, you probably get a better rate, but I think rates are going to be low for a long time yet. 22,320. So if I were to borrow 558,000 on this, I would be cash flow positive 14,844. $15,000 cash flow positive. Again, I'm thinking I'm paying too much money. No, I'm not. I'm getting a really good return. That's $285 a week. Cash in your back pocket, or in my back pocket. So, now the fact of the matter is, your cash flow positive means you've got to pay tax. It gets added to your income. Now, too many variables for me to give you an example here. Suffice that I just show you that at $285 a week gives you lots of options. The thing that I know about financing property for as long as I have, when you're getting this return on this, it's very hard to, but on the lower interest rates, you can make them break even. So what you're then doing is holding the property in the hope that you'll get capital gain one day. Property is a long-term hold, and more, the more the years pass, the longer the cycles stretch out, and there's numerous reasons for it. In my view, the wages holding back. It's sort of no doubt some areas will gain more than others, and that's money following money, and it's a human thing. But moreover, the cycles now are stretching out now, so you want to be able to hold the property for as long as you can. When you're breaking even, or it starts to impose on your income and your lifestyle, then you question the validity of the investment. And in my experience over the years, people just sell, cut a loss, and think, well, I shouldn't have done that. Here, when you're $285 a week cash flow positive, you've got so many more options. So net of your tax, the money can go off your home loan if you owe money on a home loan. If you had 3 of them, you've got 45 grand a year. We'll take tax out, whatever the tax component is out of that 45 income, but go straight off your home loan, and you can pay your home loan off much quicker. You can just pay off the auxiliary home first, pay that off in 7 years, and then focus on the rest, or you can do the whole lot. But again, these things are cash flow positive, so it's not imposing on your income or your lifestyle. They're very easy to hold because it's so far. So this one, even though I thought I was paying too much, the numbers work, and I had myself a very good investment. Thank you.